Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take the source material you share with us, the articles, the research, the notes, and transform it into a highly concentrated, immediately applicable understanding.
And today, we are taking a really interesting detour.
We are. We're heading to South Korea, but we're skipping the usual spots. Forget Seoul, forget Busan for a minute.
Right.
We're focusing on Daejeon, the country's fifth largest city. And the sources describe it as this refreshingly everyday Korea.
But, and this is the fascinating part, it's also called the Silicon Valley of Korea.
Exactly. That's the contradiction we want to get into.
It's our whole mission for this deep dive, really. How does this city exist as this, massive engine for cutting-edge tech, while also being surrounded by nature and wellness sites and just deep cultural history?
Okay, let's unpack this. What does it even mean to be the Silicon Valley of Korea and still have, 600-year-old hot springs?
Well, let's start with the science part. That whole Silicon Valley identity, it's really rooted in the sheer density of top-tier research and education that's been built up there.
And the cornerstone of that has to be KUST, right?
Absolutely. The Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology. I mean, it's not just a good university. It's the nation's intellectual engine for tech and economic growth.
But it's more than just one school. The sources point to this huge government research apparatus. It's a whole ecosystem.
That is the key. The Daejeon district there is just saturated with these specialized government institutes. Each one has a very specific, nationally important focus.
Okay, so you have to break down this acronym soup for us because we see ETRI, KARI. It's a lot.
Right. Let's group them. For communications, you have ETRI, the Electronics and Telecommunications Research Institute.
Okay.
They were, fundamental in building Korea's whole telecom infrastructure. If you're using high-speed internet in Korea, you can thank researchers in Daejeon.
So communications, AI, that sort of thing. What about the really heavy science?
That's where you get into energy and space.
Yeah.
You've got KARI, the Korea Atomic Energy Research Institute.
Nuclear technology.
Nuclear tech, nuclear safety. But then you have the National Fusion Research Institute, or NFRI.
And what are they doing?
They're trying to harness fusion energy. They're literally working on reproducing the power of the sun in a lab.
Wow. That really puts the term cutting edge in perspective, doesn't it?
It does. And then you look up to the sky. KAI, the Korea Aerospace Research Institute, is right there.
Developing rockets and satellites.
Rockets, satellites, aircraft. This is about national self-sufficiency in space. It's a huge deal, politically and commercially, and it's being engineered in Daejeon.
What's amazing, though, is that all of this high-level innovation isn't just locked away. The sources say it's actually pretty accessible to the public.
It is, and that's crucial. You have the National Science Museum, built back in 1990. It's very hands-on robotics, physics, a big planetarium. It lets you connect the theory to the actual results.
And then there's Expo Park with that huge hand-bit tower.
Exactly. A 93-meter-tall monument from the 93 Daejeon Expo, which was all about science. It's a reminder that this identity isn't new. It's decades deep.
Okay, now, here's where it gets really interesting for me. How does a city that's home to fusion research and rocket science also manage to be this, major destination for wellness and nature?
That is the beautiful paradox, isn't it?
Right.
The city's geography, its history, it all predates the science, and they chose to preserve it. The best example is the Yusong Hot Springs.
And these aren't just modern spas. We're talking about a 600-year history.
A very long history. These are mineral-rich, therapeutic waters. Joseon Dynasty royalty used to go there for their health benefits. It's a historical lineage of wellness.
Such a complete counterpoint to the high-stress environment of a research lab.
And here's the best part. You don't have to pay for a fancy hotel to experience it. There are public foot baths right on the streets of Yusong. Free.
You're kidding.
Not at all. You could literally walk out of a tech conference and go soak your feet in waters that kings used centuries ago.
That's a unique itinerary. From a satellite facility to a free foot soak. And this earthy connection, it's also embodied by Mount Gyeoksan.
Yes. Gyeoksan has what I think is Daejeon's most unique experience, the Barefoot Trail.
A barefoot trail.
It's a 14-kilometer path made of this special red clay, twangtu, and it's specifically designed for walking with no shoes. It's an intentional practice.
14 kilometers is a long way to go barefoot. What's the thinking behind that?
It's tied to traditional ideas about health. Walking on that cool, soft clay is believed to improve circulation, reduce stress, like a natural massage. They even have a barefoot festival every May.
I can only imagine how good that must feel after a long week.
Exactly. It's immediate natural therapy.
And this commitment to nature, it's clear in the city's green spaces too, like the Hanbat Arboretum.
The largest urban arboretum in Korea. It's massive, right in the city center. It's like the city's green lawn.
And you've got other mountainscapes too, right? Like Bamunsan Mountain or Jangtaesan Forest.
Absolutely. Bamunsan has great trails, and Jangtaesan is just majestic. It's famous for these huge metasequoia and ginkgo groves. They even built canopy walks like the Sky Tower so you can walk among the treetops.
So we have future-facing innovation and this deep connection to nature. Let's shift to the third layer, the cultural roots that ground the city's identity.
This is where Daejeon gets really profound. Let's start with the Daejeon Prehistory Museum.
Right.
It has artifacts going all the way back to the Paleolithic era. But the really amazing part is the Dunsan prehistoric site. Archaeologists there found remains from 3 different ages: Paleolithic, Neolithic, and Bronze, all in the same spot.
That's incredibly rare. It suggests there was something special about that land that kept drawing people back over thousands of years.
It does. It connects the city's modern draw for brilliant minds to this ancient attraction. But for something uniquely Korean, you had to talk about Puri Park.
Root Park. This place sounds fascinating. It's not just a normal park.
Not at all. It's dedicated entirely to family lineage, to genealogy. In Korean culture, knowing your ancestral roots, your jokbo, is incredibly important.
And the park visualizes that.
It does. With 136 giant sculptures, each one representing a common Korean surname. It's this huge public tribute to heritage. It makes history feel personal and alive.
That shows a very serious commitment to being grounded. You also see that at Uam Historical Park.
Right, which is dedicated to a famous Joseon Dynasty Confucian scholar, Song Si-yeol. It's full of beautiful traditional Hanok architecture, a real window into that era.
And there's even a currency museum.
Run by the Bank of Korea, yeah. Free to enter, and you can see the country's entire economic history through its money. It's another example of making specialized knowledge accessible.
Okay, all this exploring requires some serious fuel. Let's talk about the food. What are the signature dishes here?
Daejeon is known for really hearty, satisfying food. You have to try Daejeon tteokgalbi.
Minced beef short rib patties.
Exactly. But the Daejeon style is grilled over charcoal, which is crucial.
Ah, so the charcoal grilling is what makes it unique.
Precisely. It gives it this rich, smoky flavor. It's ultimate comfort food. But maybe even more popular is the spicy seafood kalguksu.
The knife-cut noodle soup.
Yes. A big, hearty bowl of noodle soup in a spicy broth. Just packed with fresh seafood, perfect after a hike.
And for a more local, everyday experience.
You want to find Sundae gukbap, which is a blood sausage soup with rice. Or maybe dotormuk, an acorn jelly soup.
Where would you go to find all this?
For the most authentic feel, the sources all point to one place. The Daejeon Jeonggang Market. It's the city's oldest and largest traditional market. That's where you'll really feel the pulse of the city.
So when you pull it all together, it's not just a city of contrasts.
No, it's a city of synthesis. It seems to use its natural world, the hot springs, the clay trails, as a deliberate counterbalance to the intense intellectual work in the labs.
It's creating a holistic way of life, really. It merges this world-class, future-focused research with a deep physical and historical grounding.
And that makes it feel incredibly balanced. It proves the city doesn't have to be either an ancient capital or a modern tech hub.